Hello, my name is Tim, and I want to share my experience with prostate cancer with you folks. In August of 2008, during a routine physical examination, the doctor, when he ordered blood work, also wanted to check my PSA reading. Now, when you put your medical history down on the doctor's forms, they always ask about anybody in the family who's had cancer, and unfortunately in my family, my dad had cancer. When the results came back from the blood work, I was shocked to find out that my PSA was over 115. As you all know, it's supposed to be real low, down 3 or less. So he encouraged me to set up an appointment with an oncologist, which I said I would do in the next couple of weeks. And after I left his office, I went home to do some of my own personal research to find out. I wanted as much information as I could gather before I met with the oncologist. When I met with the oncologist, I was scheduled for a biopsy, naturally, not a very pleasant experience. And when the results came back, he diagnosed me with stage 3 prostate cancer. I was shocked and I was really taken aback somewhat at that point because I didn't think things were that bad, since I had no symptoms whatsoever of any problems in that area at all. He suggested some form of radiation or something right away, and I told him I needed a couple of weeks to think about it and I would get back to him later. In the interim, my grandson Justin was diagnosed with brain cancer. When I heard this, my problems went on the back burner and became secondary to his, and I immediately got on the internet and started doing as much research as possible on brain cancer and other factors that they had turned up with his condition. At this point in time, his family, including his wife, his mother, his grandmother, all wanted him to stay with traditional therapies and not bother with trying out any alternative therapies. Regrettably, after a couple of surgeries and a few bouts of chemotherapy, he passed away, I'm sad to say. And I continued my research, but this time looking more at prostate cancer. During my research, I probably have over 75 books on prostate cancer and a variety of different therapies. In a book that I read that was authored by Bill Henderson, he mentioned the Joanna Budwig protocol, which was highly successful. And Bill Henderson developed his own protocol, which included the Joanna Budwig protocol as well. When I was ready to start doing my own treatments, I decided to try the Budwig protocol. When you get into it, you find out you have to mix flaxseed oil and cottage cheese, and you need a blender, and cottage cheese has to be fresh, and you have to get the right consistency. And it just seemed like a big pain. In my area, you can't always get fresh cottage cheese, and you can forget it if you have to travel to try and do this. When I read Bill Henderson's book, he also mentioned that he had a newsletter that I subscribed to. It was a monthly newsletter. And in one of his monthly newsletters, there was an article about a company who was able to take the cottage cheese and flaxseed oil, and through a process condense them into capsule form. Well, this really appealed to me, so in 2015 I started looking more deeply into this. In the meantime, I had gotten very sick at the same time. My body reeked with pain. I was very, very weak. I could barely walk upstairs. So I went back to the hospital, or went back to the doctor again, and found out that my PSA had skyrocketed up to 3,520. I again scheduled an appointment with the urologist. At that time, I had to be fitted with a catheter, which was not very pleasant, and I had to keep that catheter in for 6 months to make things work in the prostate area. And simultaneously, when I got back home, I called the company that made this product, where you had benefit of the Budwig protocol in capsule form. That company's name is Numi Health, and their product is called simply, there it is right there, Budwig. I started taking this in 2015, and by the time I got to August of 2015, this is my PSA chart. And let me put this where you can see it. Here I was at 3,520, and then at this point here, I was down to 5.5, and I have maintained that same level ever since. Needless to say, I'm very impressed with this product. It saved me from radiation or all the different types of therapies that I learned through my reading that I was against and didn't want to participate in. So I have nothing but good to say about this product. In fact, I can't say enough about it or the people who run this company and their customer service. There it is, Budwig. I hope this information has been helpful to you, and perhaps at some point in time you would like to investigate or check into this company yourself to find out what benefits you can gain from it. I intend to stay on this product and see if I can get my PSA down even lower, and I think it will be possible. That's been since 2015. Today is May of 2017, and it's stayed down below 5.5. Thank you for listening to my story.